what does happiness mean to you?
This total galaxy. The real deep down you is the whole universe.
Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to talk about 4 principles that make Scandinavians the happiest in the world. I thought it would be pretty interesting to look into and talk about why these countries do consistently rank as the happiest countries in the world. As someone who is partly Swedish myself, I find this really fascinating and kind of wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned during my life that have made me a lot happier and a lot more appreciative as a person. I really hope you enjoy this video. Let me know some things that make you happy and we can have a little chat about stuff in the comments. I think humans spend a lot of time kind of in the pursuit of happiness as a goal. When I reach this goal, then I think I'm going to be happy. People talk about happiness as if it's some kind of end goal rather than something that we can experience on a day-to-day basis. Everyone
saying that we should be happy all the time. It's like, what about when you're not? Are you being wrong? Are you wrong as a human? I always feel like, oh, I'm not happy. I must be doing something wrong. No, you're not. You're just going through the human experience. Happiness to me is kind of being content with what you have and being grateful for what you have. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 4 different Scandinavian concepts. Within the past few years, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Iceland and Sweden are ranked as some of the happiest countries in the world. So the first one I'm going to talk about you've probably heard of before because it has become a massive worldwide thing, and that is the Danish concept of hygge. It's a word that's become popularized around the idea of coziness and comfort. It's basically about searching for this feeling of contentment in the things that you do have. It kind of means like taking time to enjoy these fleeting moments of comfort and happiness and togetherness. It's kind of putting this emphasis on the happiness that you can find in these small moments, such as baking or lighting candles or getting comfortable to read a book that you like or watch a show. People nowadays can definitely feel very guilty for resting and not really seeing it as like a productive thing, but seeing it as like taking away from being productive. I think it's way more accepted for people to kind of work themselves to the point of burnout than it is to feel okay with taking a break and feel okay with rest being something that is productive. It's really the smallest moments that make such a big difference to my day. Like, I don't know, it's cool, I think. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is the Swedish concept of Lagom. It's basically the idea of finding balance. The phrase that always sticks in my mind is everything in moderation. Not too little, not too much, but just right. The idea of Lagom is to have a good balance in your life. Finding balance is a really big part of having a healthy mindset towards a lot of things, because it can be very easy to have an all or nothing mindset. Another part of this concept is the more social aspect, which is that if everybody takes just the right amount, then other people won't sort of be left behind or left out. It's been shown in a lot of studies that that having like social support and kind of a positive community around you really contributes to your happiness. Pretty much everything that I can think of is good in moderation, but not in excess. Yeah, basically this concept is about finding balance in your life, whether that's with money, with your work-life balance, with your time for yourself and your time for others. The next concept is something that I mentioned in passing in my last video, which is the idea of Fika, which is a Swedish concept meaning coffee break. It's just sort of taking a moment to slow down and be appreciative of what you have. Taking this time to like rest and maybe socialize. Take a moment within a busy day to slow down and have a coffee or have a drink. It often means to have a coffee and some kind of food with it, like some kind of treat, so that's what I'm doing. I've spoken about gratitude before and how it really changed my entire perspective and my entire mindset. Our brain kind of has this negativity bias where we put a lot more emphasis on the things that are negative or not so great, and if you're watching this point in the video, go and comment 3 things that you're grateful for.
You have to be grateful for what you have, never be ungrateful. It's when people start to be super, you know, like, oh, I hate my life, everything sucks. But it's like you got shoes in your feet right now, you know what I mean? There's kids who don't have water, access to water in the world.
3 things that I'm grateful for right now are my coffee, my family, my friends, good music. I know this is more than 3 things. Clean water, food. There are a lot of things that I'm grateful for in this moment. There is nothing that I love more than the smell of coffee. This next one is a Norwegian concept. I'll put it on screen so you can see how it's spelled. I think it's friluftsliv. I've said it too many times and now it doesn't sound like a word. Basically the concept of the importance of nature. Translated to English, this Norwegian word basically means like free air life. There are undeniably so many health benefits to spending more time in nature and spending more time outside. It's good for your physical health and for your mental health. I remember as a child I was always taught that there's no such thing as bad weather. It's more bad clothing choices. So even if it was snowing or raining, we would go outside and spend some time in nature and go on adventures and explore. So those are the 4 concepts that I wanted to talk about, but I kind of also wanted to mention a couple of other things that I think contribute to these countries being the happiest. I remember seeing that there was a study on 63 different countries, I think, and the results showed that the more that individualism was valued, the higher people rated their own well-being. And then another thing was to do with trust.
That the Danish people are amongst the happiest people in the world. Yes, despite the bad weather, the high taxes, 80% of Danish citizens trust each other. In Denmark, it gets summed up in one image. Babies sleeping outside a restaurant. Now you would say, well, nobody's watching the babies. Well, I would say everyone is. In Denmark, trust is so high that you can actually leave your baby sleeping outside while you're having lunch. A Danish lady tried to do this in New York. She got arrested.
The reason why we're unhappy, the most compelling reason, as shown by the data, as shown by research, relates to expectations. We're unhappy when our expectations of reality exceed our experiences of reality. And I like to call this an expectation gap, when our expectations are greater than reality. I think we form expectations based on our imagination, based on those around us, and based on our past experiences. We Photoshop things in, we airbrush things out, we digitally enhance photos. And what this does is it makes us romanticize travel and makes us come up with fantastical ideas about places that reality simply can't live up to. It's expectations that explains why a bronze medalist can be happier than a silver medalist, because the silver medalist imagines coming first.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe and go and check out some of my other videos. I will see you in the next video. Bye.